Hi guys, today we're talking about Mate 20 Pro and my experience after 6 months with this phone. As you can see, it has a curved screen like Galaxy phones, and it's an OLED panel which has a decent quality. Huawei was the first who implemented the fingerprint sensor underneath the display. As you can see, where you can just put your finger to unlock the phone, just shines up every time you move the phone or you just touch the screen. The technology is optical. Basically, it takes a picture of your finger and it's pretty decent. It's not the best. It's not like traditional fingerprint sensors, very fast and very accurate, but it's good enough to I didn't have any problem with it. Sometimes it won't recognize my fingers, which is irritating, but you have the face recognition, something like Apple had in their phone for the first time. So it basically scans your face. It's not like just normal camera to unlock the phone. It's basically scans your face in 3D to unlock the phone. So if the fingerprints scanner fails, you always can use the face recognition on the phone, which is pretty decent and very quick. Even in the dark, you can use this technology to unlock the phone. So this is something to bear in mind. So that's why we have a little bit bigger notch on top of the phone, as you can see. So the display is 6.39 and it's a good quality display. So that's about the display. On the right, we have a power button, volume rocker. On the left, we have nothing, no button, nothing at all. On top of the phone, we've got IR blaster and mic. On the other side, we have a SIM tray, which you can use 2 SIM cards, or you can use 1 SIM and a memory card. It's the Huawei memory card. They built this memory card for the first time. It's a nano SD card, they call it. Essentially, it's the same size as a SIM card, which gives you a little bit more space. But the problem with that is you can't find it anywhere, and if you want to buy it online, it's going to be a little bit more expensive than normal SD cards. Very quick charge. This is 40-watt charger, which gives you from 0 to 100% in 1 hour. So you can basically charge your phone within 1 hour, which is for the 4200 milliamp battery is good for charging the phone. And another mic. You will have a wireless charging. So something that Huawei didn't have on their flagship. So the wireless charging is a fast wireless charging. Also, for the first time, Huawei was the first manufacturer who had reverse wireless charging. So basically, you can charge up other devices. It can be a Galaxy Buds, it can be a Galaxy Watch, or any other devices which can be charged up wirelessly. Also, we have 20 megapixel wide angle, 14 megapixel powerful camera. We have 8 megapixel telephoto 3x zoom, which I believe it's the right zoom that we can get. When you compare this phone with P30 Pro, its 5x zoom I think is just too much, and the gap between 1x zoom and 5x zoom is always be filled with the digital zoom, which is not good. When you go from 1 to 5, it's always digitally zoom into the picture, then it switches to the 5x zoom. When you zoom in, basically you lose a lot of picture quality, and then it switches to basically 5x zoom. But 3x zoom is good. From 1 to 3, because of the powerful sensor, 40 megapixel sensor, you don't lose too much quality between 1 and 3, and then it switches to 3x telephoto lens. The another thing it's worth to mention is just, unfortunately, because of the different megapixel and different sensor on this phone, you don't see the consistency like you see in Galaxy phones, in S10s. In S10 lineup, apart from obviously S10e, you also have the 3 lenses on the back, which is a very similar arrangement. But because the megapixel on those phones and the sensors are very similar, you will see very consistent picture quality when you're taking picture, or even the video is also very consistent. On this phone, even though the pictures are very good, very sharp and good quality, but when you switch to the telephoto, you will lose some quality because it's 8 megapixel, and also the sensor is not as good as that 40 megapixel sensor. The video quality is not as good as Samsung's phones. I mean, you won't get that much details in video. There are other differences in taking videos. I mean, the video quality is good, but is not as good as Galaxy S10 lineup. You won't get like 4K 60 frame per second. If you someone who wants to get the smooth video in 60 frame per second, you won't get it on the Huawei phones. Even P30 Pro doesn't have this. I don't really know why, even though the chipset is, I think, strong enough to do this, but you won't get it. Slow motion is not as good as Samsung phone. So about the camera, we will talk about it in another video, but this was a very quick review about the camera, about the phone. Top speaker and bottom speaker, which the grill is embedded into the charging port. It has its own benefit. So the benefit is the phone look nicer without those little holes for the speakers, but the downside is when you charge up your phone, you will basically block the speaker. Not too much, but this is something you will hear. I mean, when you listen to the music or watching videos and you're charging up your phone at the same time, you will understand basically that the quality is not as good. I mean, it's like a muffled sound. So this is something basically bear in mind. And also the top speaker is not as good as something like Samsung S10s. It's never as powerful, and even is not as powerful as the bottom speaker. So it's always a teeny tiny sound coming out of it, but it's obviously better than nothing. I mean, if you compare this with the P30 Pro, don't have even this top speaker. So the battery on this phone is very good. It also gives you about 1.5 and 2 days, depends on how much you use the phone. But even for the heavy use, you definitely get 1 day out of the battery without any problem. So it gives you about between 7 and 8 hours screen on time, which is brilliant, very good. So this is something else about the battery. The phone quality, the call quality is very good, nothing wrong with that at all. The software is something that it's basically, some people don't like it, some people like it. I personally didn't have any problem with the software. Yes, it needs some tweaks. It's not as good as something like One UI in Samsung's phones, but it is good. I mean, it gives you a lot of options to play with. If you've been using Huawei phones, you get used to this software, but if you're coming from other platform or other phones like Samsung's, you have to get used to this software. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Smash the like button and share the video and subscribe if you like the video. Thank you. See you later.